किस्मत के मारों को मिलता सत्कार नहीं।
बस शाम के दर पे ही ऐसा व्यवहार नहीं।
इनके उपकारों को मर के भी चुका पाऊं।
इनके उपकारों को मर के भी चुका पाऊं।
मुझ में वो बात नहीं, मेरी औकात नहीं। श्री श्याम कृपा रस का कतरा भी चुका पाऊं। मुझ में वो बात नहीं, मेरी औकात नहीं।
देवस्य धीमहि
देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम्
भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः
Namaskar to everyone. This is a very solemn occasion. We have assembled here in memory of Bhatia, whom we all know, a very senior, respectable person in the community. I had the unique opportunity of getting to know Bhatia recently in our perambulations in the Place Orleans Mall. And somehow when we saw each other, there was a liking for each other, there was a commonality between the minds. And then later I found out that Mr. Bhatia, Bhatia and myself, we worked in the same Department of Research and Development in the Ministry of Defense in India between 1960 and 65. And we also happened to have worked under the same boss, Brigadier Sampson, and he had his own thoughts on Brigadier Sampson. I had my own thoughts, and so there was a lot of commonality between them, and between us, and we used to exchange our thoughts and ideas and views about our colleagues in the Department of Defense in India. This was 1960 to 65, several decades ago, and we have assembled today to remember Bhatia. And on this occasion, rather than grieving, of course we cannot escape from grief, but we have to think of what Lord Krishna told Arjuna in the battlefield in the Mahabharata war. And that is in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is advising Arjuna. Arjuna was rather puzzled because he had to fight against his cousins and brothers and uncles and gurus and everyone. So he put his Gandhiva, the bow and arrow down. He said, I'm not going to fight. So Krishna said, no, that's not it. It's your duty to establish justice and remove the injustice in the world. You see all these people standing there, don't think that they are permanent. They are already gone. They are just standing there, only the body. And then he espouses the philosophy of the Sankhya Yoga in chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita. And all of us should know about that. And he expounded the philosophy of our existence, and he consoles everyone to accept the inevitable truth regarding the transient nature of our physical body and the permanence of the soul that resides within this perishable body. And before that, I will chant with the sloka from the Shukla Yajurveda in the Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad, and it goes like that. Many of you may know that. Those of you who know this, they can chant with me. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrdam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness and to enlightenment, and lead us from death to immortality. Now, I'm going to chant the slokams in the Gita Upanishad. Gita is also called the Gita Upanishad. And this, as I said, the chapter 2 that expounds the philosophy of the permanence of the soul that resides within a perishable body. So the Gita, second chapter, chapter 2, 13, from 13 onwards I'll chant. Om Dehinesmin Yatha Dehe Kaumaram Yavvanam Jara Tatha Dehandara Praptir Dhirastatra Muchyadi. This perishable body goes through the various stages such as childhood, youth and old age, and at the end of which the soul leaves the body and attains another body. Knowing this fact, you don't deserve to grieve. Krishna is telling Arjuna. Similarly, we also should think that whenever a person who had a very eminent life like Bhatia, who had a very full life, and he was fortunate to have had a tremendous experience all over the world. So we should just celebrate that rather. That's what we are thinking. We should be thankful that he had a very long life, purposeful life, very productive life. Second sloka is Avinashi tu tadviddi yena sarvamidam tadam vinashamavyayasyasya na kanchit kartidumarhasi. It is to be understood that the soul is imperishable, although it pervades or permeates all that we see around us in this manifest and perishable universe. What you see is all perishable, it changes constantly. But the soul that resides within, it is permanent. And after the existence in this realistic world, it joins the Supreme Lord. Na jayate mrite va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyaha ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. This soul, it's never born, nor does it die, nor does it have a real existence. After coming into being, it is unborn, eternal. After coming into being, it goes through the regular routines of the life. It is unborn, eternal, everlasting, and ancient, primeval. It is never destroyed, although it exists within a perishable body. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani ghrannani narovarani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnanyanyani samyati navani dehi. Just as mankind discards the worn clothes, we discard the worn clothes, worn out clothes, and we wear new ones. Similarly, the embodied soul casts off the worn out physical body and enters into new ones. So we should all remember that although the physical body perishes, the soul exists permanently. And so we have to console ourselves saying that the soul of Bhatia or that's permanent. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainam kleden dyapo, na shoshayati marudaha, achedyoyam adakyoyam akledyoyam ashosyevacha, nityas sarvagadastanu, achaloyam sanadanaha. Weapons cannot destroy it, nor can fire burn it, water cannot drench it, nor can wind make it dry. So this soul is eternal and omnipresent, stable and immovable, and is everlasting. Avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikadyoyam uchyate tasmadenam vidityenam na anishochitam arhasi. The soul is unmanifest and beyond our comprehension and is considered as unchangeable, immutable. Knowing this, one should not grieve. One does not deserve to grieve. Atha chainam nityajatam nityam vamanyase sritam tathabitvam mahabaho naisham shochitum arhasi. Even if you consider this as being born and dying repeatedly, O valiant Arjuna, you should not grieve, because jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur dhruvam janmam mridasya cha tasmat aparihararte natvam shochitum arhasi. I consider this sloka to be the most important sloka in the Bhagavad Gita. And the meaning is, death is a certainty for all that is born. Whatever is born is bound to die. And whatever dies is bound to be reborn again. So that is dhruvam janma mridasya cha. So soul will be reborn again. Death is a certainty for all that is born, and rebirth of all that dies is also inevitable. Thus, knowing this unchangeable, immutable fact, you do not deserve to grieve. Avyaktadina bhutani Vyaktyam avyani bharata avyaktyani dhananyeva tatraka paridevana. Arjuna, all beings were unmanifest before they were born, and they become unmanifest again after the soul departs the body. Only in the brief intermediate stage between the birth and the death, which is a very brief period compared to the age of the universe and all, so only at that time the physical body is active, but the soul remains forever. Dehi nityam avadhyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam shochitum arhasi. This soul residing within the perishable bodies of all beings can never be destroyed, and therefore, Arjuna, it's not befitting for grieving for any being. Now, after these few slokas in the Gita expounding the permanence of the soul and the perishable nature of the body, Krishna advising Arjuna, now I will chant a few slokas from the different Vedas. From the Rig Veda, Om Suryam Chakshurgacchatu Vatamatma Dhyam Cha Gaccha Prithivim Cha Dharmana Apo Va Gaccha Yadi Tatrate Hitamoshadishu Pratishtita Sharireihi. O mortal, let the different faculties of this body merge into the 5 elements of this earth. Let the eyes be absorbed by the sun, and let the breath merge into the atmosphere, and let the other parts merge into the appropriate elements of earth. In accordance with the meritorious deed performed by you on this earth, may thy spirit reach its final goal. That's the Supreme Brahman. Now, next is from the Atharvana Veda. Om Sham Agni Paschat Tapasham Purastacha Sham Uttarat Sham Atharat Tapainam Egastreda Vihido Jata Veda Samyagyenam Dehi Sagrada Muloge. Let peace come to the spirit of this body in the westerly direction. Let there be peace to this spirit from the east, north, and south, and all directions. O God, the effulgent, thou art the dispenser of justice and reward everyone according to their deeds. Thou, born of the Vedas, Vedatma, Paramatma is considered Vedatma, are the creator, sustainer, and the cause of the dissolution of this universe. May thou bestow a worthy abode to this soul. Om Sam Gachaswa Pidirbeth. This is from the Rig Veda again. Om Sam Gachaswa Pidirbis Samyam Eneshta Pudena Parame Vyoman Hitvaya Vadyam Punarastamehi Sangachaswa Tanva Suvarchaha. O mortal, by thy austerity and enlightenment, and by thy good deeds, may thou attain the bliss in heaven and join your ancestors who passed before you, that is your Pitars, and be free from the trials and worries of this world, and once again may thou come to this earth to perform good deeds. That is the concept of Jatasya Dhruva Murtyu Dhruvam Janma Mridasya. So the soul will be reborn again in some other form. Now, I just wanted to add in this that Bhatia ji passed away in the Uttarayana, which is the sun is in the northern hemisphere, and that's supposed to be good. Next is again from the Yajur Veda from Isha Upanishads. Om Vayuranila Matham Amrta Idam Bhasmahantam Shariram. Om Ridosmara Kridam Smara Ridosmara Kridam Smara. This body will be reduced to ashes, but the spirit is immortal and does not perish, as it is not made of the 5 elements of the earth. The body is made of the 5 elements, and the body joins the 5 elements in the atmosphere. But the soul remains, and it attains the Supreme Lord, the Parabrahman. Eka eva suhrdharmo nithanepyanuyatiyah sharirena samam nasham sarvamanyadhigacchadi. Dharma, righteous deed, alone is our true friend, which remains with the spirit even after death. Even when everything else perishes with the death of the mortal body, the dharma, the rightness is perished, and whatever good deed we do, it remains, and it protects us, and it enables us to join the Supreme One, which is eternal. Again I'll chant from the Yajur Veda. This is from the Rig Veda again, from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amrdangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. As I said, Ved Bhatia ji was fortunate enough to have had a good life, and he did so many meritorious service to wherever he worked, and he is with the Paramatman now, so we don't have to worry. He's in safe hands. I think, is Pandiji here already? No? No. Okay, I'll continue with some Shanti mantras. These are usually chanted on such occasions. The first one is from the Rig Veda. This is from the Om. Om Sahana Vavadu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahavidyam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The meaning is, let us all live together, let us all enjoy whatever bounties bestowed upon us, and let there be no ill feeling amongst us. That's essentially the meaning of that thing. Next is from the Krishna Yajurveda, from the Taittiriya Upanishad. And Om Shanno Mitra Shamvarnaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shamna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnururukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmavadisham Ridamavadisham Satyamavadisham Tanmamavit Tadvaktaram avit avitmaham avit vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Next is from the Atharvana Veda. This sloka comes in various Upanishads, the Mundaka Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, and Prashna Upanishad, from the Atharvana Veda. Om Bhadrangarne Visraniyama Devaha Bhadram Vashyema Kshabiryajatraha Stirairangaihi Stushtavam Swastanubihi Vyashema Devahitam Yayayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddhasravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Ksarkshyo Arishtanemi Swastino Brihaspatirdadadu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmane Namo Astvagnaye Nama Prithivye Nama Oshadibhyaha Namo Vache Namo Vachaspate Namo Vishnave Brihate Karomi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Yachandasam Rishabho Vishwarupaha Chandoho Bhyodhyamrdat Sambhabuva Samendro Methayaha Spranoto Amrtasya Devadharino Bhuyasam Shariragamme Vijarshanam Jikhvame Mathumattama Karnabhyam Bhuri Visram Brahmana Koshosi Methaya Pihidaha Shudam Me Gopaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Next is from the Purusha Sukta in the Taittiriya Upanishad again, and this is the invocation chant. Whenever we chant the Purusha Sukta, we start with this sloka. Om Tacham Yora Vranimahe Gatum Yajnaya Gatum Yajnapataye Devi Swastirastunaha Swastirmanushebhya Udhvam Jigadu Bheshajam Shamno Astuddhipate Sham Chatushpate. Meaning is, let the grace of the Supreme Lord envelop all of us, and let it enable us to sing in praise of the Supreme Lord, and also sing in praise of the Supreme Lord, and let there be swasti for all of us, good health, good happiness, etc. And for all the living beings, swasti rastu, urdhvam jigadu beshjam, let the rains fall in plenty, and let the medicinal plants grow on earth. And Shamno, let all the bipeds and the four quadrupeds be happy and kept well. That is human beings as well as the other beings. Om Namo Vacheya Udidacha Anudidatasya Vache Namo Namo Vache Namo Vachaspataye Nama Rishibhyo Mandrakritbhyo Mandrapadibhyo Mama Rishayo Mandrakrito Mandrapataya Paradurmaha Marshin Mandrakrito Mandrapati Parada Vaishwadevim Vachamudyasagam Shiva Madastagam Jushtaham Devebhya Sharma Medyau Sharma Prathivi Sharma Vishwamidam Jagade Sharma Chandrasya Suryascha Sharma Brahma Prajapati Bhudam Vadishye Bhuvanam Vadishye Tejo Vadishye Yasho Vadishye Tapo Vadishye Brahma Vadishye Satyam Vadishye Tasmad Aham Idam Upastaranam 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 Me Prajaye Pashunam Bhuyad Upastaranam Aham Prajaye Pashunam Bhuyasam Pranapano Mrityor Mapadam Pranapano Mamaha Sistam Madhumanishye Madhujanishye Madhuvakshye vakshyami madhu vadishyami madhupadim devebhyo vajamudyasagam susrushenyaham manushyebhyastamma deva avantu shobhayai pitaro anumadanto. The last part of it says madhu manishye madhu janishye madhu vakshyami madhu. That means madhu means subtle sweetness. That means let us all talk sweetly and let all prosperity come to everyone. Essentially, that's what the basic philosophy is. Next is Om Madhuadaridayade Madhucharandi Sindava Madhvina Sandoshadihe Madhunaktamudoshasi Madhumat Parthivagam Rajaha Madhudyaurastunapida Madhumanno Vanaspadi Madhumagamastu Surya Madhvir Ghavo Bhavantunaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Again, the sloka is from Rig Veda, from the Aitriya Upanishad. There are 10 major Upanishads, that is Isha Kena, Katha Prashna, Mundaga Mandukya, Taitriya, Aitriya, Brihadaranyaka, Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka, and then there are Mahanarayanya, all these famous Upanishads. About 10 of them, and including Mahanarayana and all, 13 Upanishads. These are the major Upanishads, although there are more than 100 Upanishads, 108 Upanishads in the different Vedas. Om Vang Me Manasi Pradishtida Mano Me Vaji Pradishtidam Avirar Vidmayedi Vedasya Mani Histaha Sudam Me Ma Prahasi Anenadhidena Ahoratran Sandadami Mridam Sandadami Amridam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmam Avato Tad Vaktaram Avato Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Next is again the basic, it's one of the first slokas in the Vedas, and this is from the Samaveda, from Shukla Yajurveda, Samaveda, Shukla Yajurveda again. And I'm sorry, this is from the Shukla Yajurveda, and this comes in the Isha Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also. Om, many of you may know it, we always chant it in the beginning of any prayer in the temple and all. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam eva avashishyate. The basic meaning is, this whatever you see is infinite, and the Supreme Brahman is infinite, and this is all derived from the Supreme Infinite. So even if you take the infinite from the infinite remains. This is the basic mathematics principle. Infinity taken out of infinity, infinity still remains. So that is the Parabrahman, Brahman, he is so extent. That is why the basic concept in the Vedas of the basic concept in the Vedas that is the Brahman is infinite, in extent. That's a concept. Anyway, Ida Deva Hormanur Yatyani Brihaspatim Abhatamadanim Shagam Shishad Vishve Devaha Suhoktavacha Prithvi Madharma Mahigam Sir Madhu Manishye Madhu Janishye Madhu Vakshyami Madhu Vadishyami Madhumadin Devebhyo Vacha Mudyasagam Shusrushenyaham Manushebhyastamma Deva Avantu Shobhaye Pitaro Anumatando. That means let the Lord permit me to say good things, and let's all say good things always, and think of the welfare for the whole entire society. Then again, I think we all know the Mrityunjaya mantra. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarigam Iva Bandhanat Mukshyor Mamtim Bandhanahade. Oh, finally I'll conclude it with the sloka of the Mrityunjaya. Mrityunjaya is actually Lord Shiva. He is he's beyond all those things, you know. So, Kailase Kamani Ratna Kajide Kalpadrumule Stidam Karpura Sfadigendu Sundaradanam Kartyayani Sevidam Ganga Tunga Tarangaranjita Jataparang Kripasagaram Kanthalangrada Shesha Bhushanamajam Mrityunjayam Bhavaye. Let's all think of the Supreme Lord, the Rudra, Shiva. He is the Mrityunjaya. He conquers death. And by the way, I don't know, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Parameshwaran, and I'm a devotee of the Hindu temple of Ottawa Carlton, and as I told you, Bhatia and I, our working goes back to 1960 in India, defense of India. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Firstly, I would like to thank all of you for coming and giving me and my family mental support. I'm so grateful and happy that I can stand in front of all of you and tell how blessed I have been to have him and as my father, my dad. He was always there for me whenever I needed him. No one could be a perfect father, but he was as close as one could be. I cannot capture him in my words. The happiest memories you gave us, Dad, will always be cherished by us. You will always live in our hearts. You were my hero, my superstar. No matter how old I get, I will always be your little child. You were the best friend a son could ever have, my special gift from God. For me, you were so special that no words could ever say how much I love you and miss you. I just hope that you keep your promise to be in me every day of my life. Now you are in God's special care, free from all worldly worries and pain. We all love you and will miss you every day, and I pray that you will be my dad in my next life too. Thank you all once again for supporting me and my family this time.
My grandpa, my dadu, was very special to me. He was the glue which kept the whole family together. I wish you were here to hug me with your loving arms. Dadu, I will never forget you. We're going to miss you, your guidance and love. We will treasure the memories we have created with you. Now God is going to take care of you. Keep blessing us as you've always been doing. Love you, Dadu. I would like to thank everyone for the support in these hard times.
I would like to thank everybody for taking so much time to visit us in this difficult phase of our life. My father-in-law was never father-in-law to me. He always considered me as his daughter, and I consider him as my dad. Bonding was very special between us. He used to say I was the only person in his family who would argue with him, or we have different point of views, and I used to say, because I'm so special, I know what I'm doing, Papa. And he was always there, no matter we had arguments, but love was so special between us. And he always used to say, Nupur, can you make me this? I would love this. Whenever I used to visit him, he would make tea, food. Okay, this is something new I made, you should try. He would help my mom with everything. He was so active. He would go to gym every day for walk and help us with household chores, and even it was driving for my son, so said I will train him. He took him for driving lessons and all that, and because of him he was able to get licensed too. Thank you, Papa, for that. And he was like playing different roles, like a father, father-in-law, grandfather, a best friend. He was like more than that to me. It's simply so hard for me to say him that he can leave us. I can never let him go. I'm so sorry, Papa. I could not keep you in my life. I tried my best and still failed, but not failed to try. I know now you have become my dad angel who will always support me the way you always did. And you are going to support me, my family, my kids. And I know who's going to guide us. We're going to miss your love, your guidance, support. I cannot describe you in my words. I'm running short of words. I wish you the best, Papa. I want to be your daughter in my next life. Please be with us and always support us no matter what we do. Even if we are wrong, you please support us with your love and become an angel star for me and my family. I couldn't love you enough. Our life was too short. I always prayed to God that He would give you 4 or 5 years extra so that you're able to see your grandson graduating and finally getting married. But too bad, He would not listen to my prayers. I wish you were here with us. I know you could hear me, all the complaints if I did anything wrong or anything which you didn't approve. I'm really sorry for that. I love you, Papa. I'm always going to keep you in my heart. I know you cannot be in my life, but you will always stay in my heart, and your memories will always be cherished by me. Thank you once again, everybody, for coming and giving us so much support, love, and care. Thank you. Om Shanti.
I called him Mamaji. He's my Mama's Mamaji. My parents are here visiting from India. We had plans to do a lot of barbecue, have Mamaji over for many days to stay with us. I really don't know what to say because this is as unexpected as anything can be. Everyone knows how he was, how he interacted with everyone, his intellect, his conversations, his knowledge about everything one can imagine. We had, and will always have, a gap of 49 years between us. But whenever we would sit and talk, he would become my age. He is one of the biggest reasons why I am here in Ottawa, successful, settled with my family, my kids. We stayed with Mamaji for a long time, spent a lot of quality time. Mamiji, Monica, Parashar, Bhabi, Bhatia, everybody supported us a lot during those days. Every little things, as they come to mind, we remember, and I'm sure each one of you have very unique memories of Mamaji. In pretty much every conversation you may have had throughout your life with him, your interactions with him. So it's very difficult, and it will be with such people, to not think about them for forever. On my mama's side, he's the eldest throughout the family, so everyone, and I think Parmeshwaran uncle said the right thing. It is a celebration of his life. living so beautifully, so happily, um, keeping everyone happy around him. I've never seen him. I always joke, मामी जी, मैं हमेशा मम्मा पापा के साथ जोक करता हूँ कि मैंने कभी भी मामा जी को कभी गुस्से होते नहीं देखा. उसके रीज़न आप बहुत हो सकते हो. You must have kept him very happy, but he would never get angry or raise his voice and we would discuss so many things. When I wasn't a parent, we would talk about education, career, and when I became a parent, whatever little time I could spend, I would talk about how to be a good father, good parent, because there isn't a single relationship or a role that he hasn't perfectly been able to carry out, whether it's a friend, a father. I'm sure every role that he has been with anyone. So we will miss you, Mamaji, always. We know you love us always. We'll keep seeing your videos and photos that we've clicked, so many of them. And we'll have a lot of barbecue this time, remembering you. That I promise. Right? It'll be a lot of fun. Because it is, at least for me, I'm sure with all of you too, there are some amazing memories that we've shared with Mamaji, and they will always remain with us. So the only thing, we will always feel sad, and these moments are to be celebrated. Even sadness is a beautiful emotion. We'll celebrate those, but I think, and I'm sure we will remember the beautiful moments that we've had, the laughters, the jokes, his laughter as well, the glass of wine that he may have shared with most of us. Those will remain. And we'll say cheers to that. We love you, Mamaji. Miss you a lot. Thank you.
Thanks for everyone for visiting the last rites of my father-in-law. And actually, my name is Prakash. So I came to Canada in 2005. Since the day one, so we used to stay together. It's almost 17 years. It's really tough for me to digest, because first thing in the morning I used to get his tea. He used to make tea every day. When I woke up 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, I used to drink his tea first. Then I used to go and sleep again. And then when I was working, I used to drink tea and go to work. Then I worked for a couple of years, and my dream was to start my own business. He really encouraged me a lot. When I explained to him that's what I want to do, like I want to get into the heating and air conditioning field, and then I had to start my own. So he told me, go ahead and do it. So you have all kinds of knowledge, and I'm ready to support. Even Monica and Mummy also ready to support. And finally, I took a decision, and I did all the courses, and I got everything ready. And I worked for a few years, got experience, and when I wanted to start my own, I know it was a risky thing, and finally he told me, go ahead, no problem, because you're hardworking and sincere. Definitely you're going to succeed in this one. So which I did, and he was so happy that I'm successful. Even though it's a small business, I succeeded. And he also has another thing, was he never considered me as a son-in-law. He always considered me as a son. Even though my parents were in India, I never felt I'm missing my dad or mom, because today I'm missing my dad here. Unfortunately, my mom is here now. And also, I assure you, it's my responsibility to take care of my mom and my wife and my whatever the people I have, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, so we're all here to take care of our family. And at the same time, we have a very good family and also friends. There is a lot of friends here. We have Anupam, Vijay, and Karan and family. There's a lot of people are here. And we always in touch with WhatsApp most of the time. We know what's going on. And only thing I miss him is that some days I can't sleep. I always, whenever I woke up in the morning, I always remember his tea. I miss his tea, and he always wanted to, particularly in the summertime, every time he wanted to go to okay, can we go for Tulip Garden? We'll come on, get ready, we'll go. He never thinking that, oh, I'm getting old or anything. So only thing is, I think the previous day of his even surgery, he was not even able to respond. And then after the surgery, I was there for almost 3 hours. I think I was the luckiest person. 3 hours I spent time with him, and he was started responding. I was so happy. And then I keep calling all my family and friends in the WhatsApp video chat. He was looking at everyone, and I called a couple of people here, including Narla and Gigi. Everyone was looking at him, talking to him, and he used to respond. And first time, he even shook his head. He was like shaking his head, saying yes. I asked him, Papa, do you want something? He said no. And I'm here to take you home. Are you ready to come with me? He said yes. I got hope. I was there up to between 11 to 2, but I got a call at 4 o'clock saying his condition is critical. And then I went around 5 o'clock, and then that time it was too critical. And by 6 or 6:15, we missed him. I know it's really hard. Anyway, we have to, that's a life. Anyway, Papa, I miss you, and we all miss you. Anyway, I have your blessings. Don't worry, I'll take care of Mummy and Monica. I assure you in front of everyone. I'm sorry. And Om Shanti. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isha. I'm Vijay and Minu Abral's daughter. We were neighbors with Uncle for many years, and this was not planned, but I really wanted to share a memory. I echo everything that everyone said. Uncle was, I'm just in shock because he just had so much vitality. He had a zest for life. We spent so much time together. I always preferred spending time with Uncle over my friends at my age, because he was always so much fun to be around. He was interesting, but he was also always interested in you and in your life. But the memory that I wanted to share was, I think, something that we've all experienced with Uncle. I know for sure he wouldn't want us crying today. He was always so positive and cheerful, and it was important for him to make people around him happy. So raise your hand, I don't know if it's appropriate, if you've heard any of Uncle's jokes, if you remember any of Uncle's jokes. Yeah, if he's told you a joke, raise your hand. Yeah, I'm sure many of you. I remember we used to go over, or he used to come over, and there were thousands of jokes, but for some reason I can't remember any of them. It was not the joke, it was the way he told the joke. He would tell the joke. He would be so proud because he would research on these websites and find them, spend so much time, and then he would tell the joke with such pride, like, oh, look, I found this great joke. I'm going to make everyone laugh. And then after the joke, he'd be the first one to laugh, and everyone else would follow and laugh. We weren't laughing at the joke. It was just his infectious laugh and that beautiful spirit. And he taught us all how to live life. He was a great role model for all of us, and he taught me so many lessons because we moved on his street when I was very young, and I learned so much from him. And Uncle, rest in peace. Your lessons and memories will live on. Thank you.
If anyone wants to come here and say a few words about my father-in-law, so you're most welcome. You can just come and just introduce yourself and put your words. Thank you.
भगवान से प्रार्थना करें कि हे प्रभु, हे परमेश्वर, हम अंत्येष्टि कर्म कर रहे हैं, आप अपना आशीर्वाद हम लोगों को दें और इन्हें भी दें। हरि ओम मयानो मुद्राः कृतभोजन दिवसतो दब्धाश्वे प्रेता सद्विदः देवानो यथा सदमृदे असन्न प्रायिवोर्क्षितारो दिवे दिवे देवानां मुद्रा समुद्रियतान् देवानाग्मो रात्रिम्नो निवर्ततां देवानाग्मो सकमविषेदिमावयन् देवान्यायुः प्रतरन्तु जीवसे तान् पूर्वजानि विदाहो महे वयं भगं मित्रमतिथिन् दक्षमश्रीधम्म हरिमणं वरुणगो सुमस्न सरस्वती नः शुभगामेस्करत तन्नु वातो मयो भुवात् वेगजन्तन् माता पृथिवी तत्विता देहो तद्रावाणः सोमसुतो मयो भुवस्तदुष्णा तन्तृष्णा युवम् तमीशानं जगतस्त्वकस्पतिन्द्रियञ्जिन्मसेहो महे वयं पूखानो यथा वेदसाम षद्वृदे असन्न प्रायिवोर्क्षिता पायुर्दब्धः स्वस्ते स्वस्ति नेन्द्रो वृद्धस्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूखा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति निस्तारक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु प्रगृधस्वामूर्तप्निमातरः सुबन्ध्यावानो वित्ते गुजग्मयः अग्नि जिह्वामन्व सूर्यचक्ष विश्वेनु देवा अवसागमन्यः भद्रं कर्णे विष्णुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमा चिवृजत्राः स्त्रीरङ्गै तुष्ट्वागुंसस्तु ब्रवीषेमैति वैतञ्चदायु शतमिन्नु शर्दो अन्ति देवा जत्रा नचक्रा जर्षन्तनूनाम पुत्रासु जत्पितरो भवन्ति मानो मध्यारे रिक्तार गन्तुन्तरिक्षमतिर् माता सपिता सपुत्रः विश्वे देवातिपुञ्जनादितिर्जात्मतिर् जनित्वं मध्येः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षिगुं शान्ति पृथिवे शान्तिराप शान्तिरोषधे शान्तिवनस्पतयः शान्ति विश्वे देवाः शान्तिं शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि जतो जतः समीसे ततो नो भयं कुरु सन्नः कुरु प्रजाभ्यो भयन्नः पशुभ्यः सुशान्तिर्भवतु श्रीमन्महागणाधिपतये नमः लक्ष्मीनारायणाभ्यां नमः उमामेश्वराभ्यां नमः वाणीहिरण्यगर्भाभ्यां नमः शचीपुरन्दराभ्यां नमः माता पितृचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः इष्टदेवताभ्यो नमः कुलदेवताभ्यो नमः ग्रामदेवताभ्यो नमः वासदेवताभ्यो नमः स्थानदेवताभ्यो नमः सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः सर्वेभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमः। चढ़ा दीजिए उनके पास। ओम भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। भाटिया साहब के हाथ में थोड़ा सा चावल दो बेटा। गिव सम राइस, ब्लैक सेसमी सीड एंड बार्ली इन द राइट हैंड। No, not everyone, just one spoon water and one flower petal. Now you put all of you, उनके हाथ के नीचे अपना हाथ लगाओ आप तीनों। हरिओम तत्सत्तरिओम तत्सत्तरिओम तत्सत्तद श्री ब्रह्मणो नित्युतीय परार्धे श्री श्वेतवारा कल्पे जम्बुद्वीपे अमेरिका खंडे कनाडा देशे आट्वा नगरे आट्वा नद्यास्तीरे राक्षस नामाब्द संवत्सरे उत्तरायणे श्री सूर्ये वर्षर्तौ मासानां मासोत्तमे मासे शुभे आषाढ़ मासे शुक्ले कृष्णे पक्षे द्वियोगिनी एकादश्यां तिथौ वासरमुख राशिस्यते चंद्रमुख राशिस्यते श्री सूर्ये देवगुरु शेषेषु ग्रहेषु यथा तारासे स्थान से सत्स्वयं ग्रहगुण विशेषण विशिष्टायां शुभ तिथौ अपना गोत्र। कश्यप गोत्र अपना नाम बोलें। आप सब लोग अपना नाम बोलो, आप चारों। फिर इनका बाबूजी का क्या गोत्र है? कश्यप है। हम उनका नाम बोलिए। उत्तम लोक प्राप्ति कामना सिद्ध्यर्थेस्मिन् समय अंत्येष्टि संस्कार कर्म अहम करिष्यामि। गिरा दीजिए उनके पास। थोड़ा सा चम्मच से जल छीटिए उनके ऊपर, स्नान कराइए आप लोग। सब लोग थोड़ा थोड़ा जल छीट दीजिएगा उनके ऊपर। गयादीन च तीर्थानि ये च पुण्याशिलो च कुरुक्षेत्रं च गंगां च यमुनां च सरदुषां कौशिकीं चंद्रभागां च सर्वप्रप्रणाशिनीं भद्रावकाशां सर्जुं गंडकीं तमसां तथा। हाँ बेटा, वो राइस बॉल जो रखा हुआ है इसमें एक उठा के दो। ये तो आपके पुत्र हैं नहीं दोनों बच्चे? भाटिया साहब, एक दो पापा के हाथ में। हाँ, तुम थोड़ा सा ब्लैक सेसमी सीड उस पर डालो। छोटे को कहो ये भी कुछ करे। डू इट समथिंग मैन। आप जल दे दो। इनके हाथ के साथ तीनों हाथ लगाओ चारों। कम क्लोज टू द कास्केट। कश्यप गोत्र, पापा का नाम लीजिए भाटिया साहब। भूमि तुष्टिर्तमृत स्थानीय ब्रह्मदैवता शुभो नामी से पिंड तेमिया देते तो प्रतिष्ठिता। अंगूठे की ओर से ऐसे देखिए, इसे अंगूठे की ओर से वहां गिरा दीजिए उनके पास, इस साइड कास्केट में। गिव अदर वन। ब्लैक सेसमी सीड, one flower petal, 1 spoon water, then you put your hand together. गोत्र, गोत्र बोलिए अपना नाम, फिर गोत्र पिताजी का नाम, दूत तुष्टर्थम गृहवास्तवादि देवता तुष्टर्थम च द्वार देशे विष्णु देवता पांत नाम केश पिंड तेम आदि तो प्रतिष्ठिता में ऊंचे गुर से गिरा दीजिए। अर्हन यमानो घामस्वम पुरुषम पशु न वैवस्वतो न त्रिपते सुरापयु दुर्मति है। थर्ड वन। गोत्र पिताजी का नाम भाटिया साहब। विश्राम स्थाने भूतकोटि पलायन काम चतुरे रुद्र देवता खेचर नामक केश पिंड तेमिया दीति तो प्रतिष्ठिता अंगूठे की ओर से गिरा दीजिए। तीसरा दिया, गिव अगेन अदर वन। होल्ड अंटिल आई एम से। चलो हाथ लगाओ सब लोग। कश्यप गोत्र पिताजी का नाम। दाह काले चिता स्थाने पिशाचा दिव्य काम विश्रामियम दैवत भूतनामी से पिंड तेमिया दीति तो प्रतिष्ठिता ड्रॉप देर। ये कौन सा नंबर था? फोर्थ। नेक्स्ट वन। कश्यप गोत्र पिताजी का नाम भटिया जी। मोक्ष काम चितायाम प्रीत देवता साधक नाम कुक्ष स्थाने से पिंड तेमिया दीते तो प्रतिष्ठिता में ड्रॉप देर। हाँ, कश्यप गोत्र, गोत्र बोलिए अपना पिताजी का नाम। मोक्ष कामस्ते संचय निमित्त केश पिंड तेमिया दीति तो प्रतिष्ठिताम ड्रॉप इट। वहीं पर चढ़ा दीजिए। आप लोग थोड़ा हटो यहाँ से कुछ साइड में। Can you put this cassette? Middle is here. Yes. Leg that side. Yes. This side. Please. Yeah. No, we are not going close. Just to yeah, this head either. Head this side. No, not like that. Yeah, this way. Thank you. Leave this space. They can go around. Chalo. सबसे पुष्प चढ़वा लो। I don't want this stone, just to give to basket. ये पकड़ो बाकी। आप लोग इधर से आइए, थोड़े थोड़े एक एक दो दो फूल लेकर के चढ़ा के अपने स्थान पर चले जाएं। Please come forward and pick up some flower and offer. Then you go back and sit down your seat, please. तुम लोग नहीं बेटा, तुम लोग नहीं। वहाँ स्टैंड अप रहो, लोग आएंगे पब्लिक लिए। Please come. श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, 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 श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम, श्री ठीक है। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम, 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 श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। अब आप सब फैमिली मेंबर्स फूल चढ़ा लो सब इसमें, सब चढ़ा दो पूरा बास्केट का फ्लावर। नूपुर आप लोग भी आगे आ जाओ, सब चढ़ाओ। नूपुर बेटा, नूपुर, वहाँ पर घी है, चावल, बार्ली जो भी है वो ला के इसमें डाल दें। खाली कटोरी वाले तिल मत डालना। नहीं, तिल आप देखते हैं डालते हैं, लेकिन वो डब्बा कहाँ गया इसका? ये दोनों रख ले, बाकी ये सब डाल। वहाँ पर जो पैकेट गया वो भी डाल दो। वो भी डाल दो, हम सामग्री। बेटा ऐसे ही डालना है। चलो चलो, okay. We have some white cloth here. Can you pull and cover the to correct after इसको चाहिए तो लोटा पूरा डलवा सकते हैं। ऐसे कह तो दे डाल any place without cover, just leave it here. भाटिया जी ये दिया रखो ऊपर वहाँ हेड के पास, ये नहीं, ये वाला मैच बॉक्स लाओ। बेटा ये नूपुर, ये दे दे तिल। मैं कुछ मंत्र पढ़ रहा हूँ, ये उस पर चढ़ाएंगे वहीं दिए के पास। इन साइड में बेटा तुम लोग भी जाओ। जस्ट ऑफर सम लिटिल बिट ब्लैक सेसमी सीड देयर। हाँ कटोरी में। चलो नाउ स्टार्ट। ओम लोम अभ्य स्वाहा, लोम अभ्य स्वाहा, तुझे स्वाहा, तुझे स्वाहा, लोहिताय स्वाहा, लोहिताय स्वाहा, मेदुभ्यः स्वाहा, मेदुभ्यः स्वाहा, मागुसेभ्यः स्वाहा, मागुसेभ्यः स्वाहा, स्नावभ्यः स्वाहा, स्नावभ्यः स्वाहा, मज्भ्यः स्वाहा, मज्भ्यः स्वाहा, रेतसे स्वाहा, पायवे स्वाहा, आयासाय स्वाहा, प्रायासाय स्वाहा, संयासाय स्वाहा, व्यासाय स्वाहा, ध्यासाय स्वाहा, शुचि स्वाहा, सूचते स्वाहा, सूचमानाय स्वाहा, शोकाय स्वाहा, तपसे स्वाहा, तपसे स्वाहा, तपमानाय स्वाहा, तप्ताय स्वाहा, धर्माय स्वाहा, निष्कृत्य स्वाहा, प्रायश्चित्ते स्वाहा, भेगजाय स्वाहा, जमाय स्वाहा, अंतकाय स्वाहा, मृत्युवे स्वाहा, ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा, ब्रह्महत्यायै स्वाहा, विश्वेभ्य देवेभ्य स्वाहा, द्यावा पृथ्वीभ्य स्वाहा। बस हटा लो इसको, यहाँ रख लो। हाँ भाटिया साहब आप आगे आगे 7 परिक्रमा करो घूम करके बच्चों के साथ। चलो स्टार्ट करो इसे। हाँ गो। हरि ओम सहस्रशीर्घा पुरुषा सहस्राक्ष सहस्रपात भूमिगुं सर्व तेस्पित्वा तेतिष्ठदशाङ्गुलं पुरुषै वेदगुं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भाव्यं उतामृतस्येषानो यदन्येनातिरोहति एतावानश्च महिमातो ध्यायांश्च पूरुषः पादोश्च विश्वा भूतानि त्रिपादस्य मृदन्दिवे त्रिपादूर्ध्वोदयपुरुषः पादोश्चया भवत् पुनः ततो विक्रामशासनानस्नीयभिः ततो विराट जायत विराजो यत्पूर्वकः स जातुर्यत पश्चात् भूमथो पुरः तस्मात् जिज्ञात् सर्वौतरिचः सामान्यजग्निरे छन्दागुजग्निरे तस्मात् जाता जाव्य तञ्जग्निम्बरे क्षिप्रोक्षन् पुरुखं जातमकृतः तेन देवाय चन्त साध्यार्कस्य यत्पुरुखं वेद्यो कद्धा विकल्पयन् मुखं किमिष्यासीत् किं बाहु किमूरु पादाौ चेते ब्राह्मणो सुमुखमासीत् बाहु राजन्यः कृतौ तद्वैश्यः पद्माग्शूद्रो जायत चंद्रमा मनसो जातक्षोः सूर्यो अजायत श्रोत्रात् वायुश्च प्राणश्च मुखात् अग्निर्जायत। हाथ जोड़िए आप तीनों में बोल रहा हूँ, रिपीट करिए। कृत्वा सुदुष्करम कर्म जानता वाप्य जानता मृत्यु काल वशम प्राप्तम नरम पंचम त्वम आगतम धर्मा धर्म समायुक्तम लोभ मोह विवर्जितम दहेयम सर्व गात्राणि दिव्यान लोकान स गच्छतु। आपने प्रार्थना किया कि हे पिताजी, जो आपके अच्छे बुरे जो भी कर्म हैं उन समस्त कर्मों को लेकर के जाने जाने में जो भी आपने किया, अब आपकी मृत्यु हो चुकी है। आपको पंचतत्व में विलीन करने के लिए धर्म और अधर्म, धर्म से जो हमको मार्ग मिला हुआ उन मार्गों का पालन करते हुए, धर्म और धर्म के मार्गों को त्यागते हुए, लोभ मोह को त्याग करके हम आपको जलाने जा रहे हैं। आप अपना आशीर्वाद पूरे परिवार को दीजिएगा। वेद प्रकाश भाटिया जी 25 अप्रैल 1932 सहारनपुर में इनका जन्म हुआ और 90 वर्ष की आयु इन्होंने पूरी की। कहते हैं कि जन्म और मृत्यु दोनों स्थान निर्धारित होता है, इनका स्थान यहाँ पर निर्धारित था। और आज संयोग की बात देखिए कि योगिनी एकादशी है और एकादशी के दिन हम लोग इनकी अंत्येष्टि कर रहे हैं। कहते हैं कि एकादशी के दिन अगर कोई जन्म ले या किसी की अंत्येष्टि हो तो उसे सीधे बैकुंठ लोक की प्राप्ति होती है। तो इससे हम लोगों को पकड़ में आता है कि आदमी अच्छा था, पवित्र था, या सत्कर्म करने वाला था, या किस प्रकार का था। तो बहुत ही अच्छे सज्जन रहे हैं जिनकी ऐसी तिथि के दिन हम लोग यहाँ पर इस प्रकार से अंत्येष्टि इत्यादि कर्म कर रहे हैं। क्षमा करिएगा, मैं कहीं बाहर पूजा करा रहा था और आज का ये अचानक ये कार्यक्रम इनका इन लोगों का आया तो मैंने कहा चलो जैसे भी है मैं आकर के कराऊंगा। मैं स्टेटविल्स में था, वहाँ से भागते किसी प्रकार पहुँचा हूँ। अब ये कर्म पूरा हम लोग कर रहे हैं। आप लोगों से अनुरोध है 1 मिनट के लिए आंख बंद करके मौन प्रार्थना कर लें, फिर हम लोग अंत्येष्टि की ओर जाते हैं। हरि ओम। हरि ओम। प्लीज स्टैंड अप एवरीवन। सत्य है, श्री राम नाम सत्य है। तुम लोग हाथ लगाओ, भट्टी जी आपके हाथ लगाओ, और कोई परिवार का प्रतिनिधि हाथ लगाओ, दामाद भी लगाएंगे। चलो, यस प्लीज। श्री राम नाम सत्य है, 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 श्री राम नाम सत्य है।
श्याम